Hello guys, goods, and welcome to week 9 of the GBA. The Borussia Donphan are facing off against CybertronVGC and his Melbourne Rotoms. This is the first rematch of this season. That of course means this is an individual match, so very important match, especially since we lost last week to Chimp. And this makes the playoff race a lot closer because both Gio and Joey managed to snag a win, and that means for us that we basically, kind of close right now, and I'm not happy with that. I definitely want to make playoffs, and for that we need a win right here to keep the other guys off our ass, and to hopefully pull ahead in the playoff race. But last time we did manage to win versus him with mainly our Cobalion inside of Tailwind just wrecking his team. But you can that match, of course you'll find that on the channel. I think it was week 3 or week 4, something around that. Either way, new matches. The rematch, like since we won last time, I think we have a bit more difficult matchup. That's what I usually have in mind in rematches. Like if you're the guy who won before, then you have kind of a disadvantage. If you lost before, then you have kind of an advantage because you saw what strategy your opponent used to winning, and that basically helps you already. Because if you're losing one, you have to change the strategy either way. If it's your best one or not, you have to change something to counter that. Whereas as the winner, you are more inclined to bring like a similar thing like last time. But either way, that's basically the history of the match. Before we go into the whole team preview thing, usual shoutouts at the beginning of the match. Shout out to the CommonDude for joining this team for me, and of course as well for recording this match for me. He actually did both for me. Very nice dude. His links in the description. Definitely give him a look, give him a thank, all this good stuff. And it's, once again, that means it's of course in Citra quality, which is very nice. But looking at team preview, if you want to know more about my team, I did upload a team builder yesterday. You can check that out. There you can find out what sets I'm bringing, why I'm bringing these, what his bit sets are, what basically is my strategy going into this game, what changed what is changing in according to the last time we faced off. But for all which don't have time for that very short overview, we have a Sharp Beak, Tailwind, Tornado's Eye, we have a Troubleberry, Cobalion with Volt Switch, and we have physically defensive 4 attacks Rantus, we have a physically defensive Calm Mind Protect Tapu Fini, then 4 attacks Hidden Power Grass, Mega Manetric, and last sub Roost Ice Beam Toxic Kyurem. Looking at the opponent's team, we brought the Pelipper, the Mega Swampert, the Kingdra, the Ludicolo, the Mimikyu, and the Katana, that's the name. But not too much surprise. It's a very similar team to last time. Like I'm bringing the exact same 6 as last time as well. The only thing which changed, the Porygon is gone, and instead he brought the Kingdra. And what that makes Mimikyu more of a threat, and Kingdra. Because of Kingdra, I have Tapu Fini, which is a great check to that, but that means that the Mimikyu is now a big problem, because I need to keep my Lurantis healthy for Swampert, I need to keep my Fini healthy for the Kingdra, and now I basically have no real switch into Mimikyu left. I have Check Slate, Cobalion can range kill it, but either way, I don't really have a designated switch into that thing anymore. Looking at this, other than that, no serious surprises. Pelipper was for sure to call Mega Swampert, Ludicolo as well, Mimikyu, Katana, he brought last time as well. Very nice Mons was my team, so not too much to be scared of. Last time I did just lead off with my Tornadus. I could U-turn with anything, even with Pelipper. The rain is not yet up, so I'll speed everything. And I can just U-turn the Mimikyu and Hurricane anything else. It has a chance actually to Oko Pelipper. And looking at the team he brought, since it's such a similar team, I'm deciding just to lead with my Tornadus once again, because he has no resistance to Hurricane on this team. Even Katana, which is a Steel type, is a Grass type as well, so it's neutral and it has like no speed def, so it does Oko that thing as well. And if it's anything problematic as a lead matchup, I can just U-turn out. But either way, I am just gonna lead with my Tornadus, and we will find out what Aaron will lead versus us. Nice shirt, nice hat. He got challenged by Pokemon trainer CybertronVGC, and he decides to lead with his Pelipper. And now he decides to make, depending on his spread, if he's like Speed F, I can't Oko him, but if he's like physically defensive or offensive, I can't just Oko him straight with a Hurricane. So the question is, does he stay in or does he switch out or something like that? And depending on the matchup, do I Oko him, do I not, and stuff like that. So in the end, I decide right here just go first for the knockoff first of all, scouting the spread. Getting rid of the damper on the thing is very nice as well, limiting the amount of range turns he's getting every time switching Pelipper in, which may come in clutch depending on his team, because in the rain it's a huge threat. Outside of rain, I think I definitely have the advantage versus his team. And in case he is scared of the Hurricane, he can just, when he hard switches out, I can get rid of items or something, be it the Mimikyu, getting rid of an item, and that is awesome, be it anything else basically. But I do just go straight for the turn 1 knockoff. He does decide to stay in. And from its damage we can tell that's definitely a bulky Pelipper, so we wouldn't be able to OHKO it with Hurricane. He just goes straight for the U-turn, thankfully no strong water move, since it's a more defensive variant. And he decides right here, we indeed knock off the Damp Rock, there was like no question that this was item. He does go into his Mega Swampert, and right now I already have a problem. Because since the Mega Swampert is in versus the Tornadus, he has a very easy chance to click Ice Punch. Usually Durantis would be my first switch into this thing, but Ice Punch had actually a chance to 2-hit KO my Durantis because Mega Swampert is just way too strong. So if he's adamant, if he's jolly enough. So what I'm actually doing right here is I want to pivot into my Kyurem Black, taking the Ice Punch, and then go into my Durantis on the predicted Earthquake. So I have the matchup, and I am not 2-hit KO basically with anything he goes for. So first we switch out into our Kyurem, predicting the Ice Punch, and he just Mega Evolves right here, and decides to go for a certain move, which we will reveal after this nice Mega Evolution animation. Mr. Anchor Arms is on the field, and he decides to go for his Stealth Rock, so he gets the Stealth Rock very early in the game. Very big change in comparison to last time. Last time got the 3, now he has the Rock Stomp. I don't have Hazard removal, that's a bit problematic, but I'm still gonna pull my double into Rantis, predicting him to go for the Earthquake, but he actually switches out himself, being scared of my Kyurem going straight into this Mimikyu, and I would have wished I would have just clicked Ice Beam right here or something like that. But now, the problematic mon is in, and it's in versus my Lurantis. So, right here, like I said, I don't have Designated Switch into in, but thankfully I do have my Physical Defensive Lurantis in versus it, which can most of the time steal this thing. So I'm deciding actually to go for a Leaf Storm right here. I know it won't do much damage because obviously Disguise is up, but if he goes for Sword Stance, a +2 Leaf Storm after that does OHKO a fully offensive Mimikyu. So that's where I can threat him out, and I'm not KO'd by a +2 player, I'm not KO'd by +2 Shadow Claw, and they can't 2-hit KO me if he doesn't decide to go for the Sword Stance. So that's my plan right here. I do just go for Leaf Storm, trying to break this up, get my, not the sub, the Disguise, getting my +2 boost. He does just go for Sword Stance, we are not scared of that, since we can take the hit, but we go with Leaf Storm and we miss, and that is very problematic because now this thing is a huge problem. It's a +2, it still has its Disguise, and I'm not at +2, so I can't even like KO it and stuff like that. I mean, I can't KO it either way because it still has this Disguise up, and I have no switch into this thing now. Now the Disguise is still up, I just have to... I'm looking around my team, what can I like sack to get this Disguise broken to KO it with Cobalion on the return? But there's nothing really I want to switch in. Everything has a job. And in the end, I decided to just stay in with my Lurantis. I decided to go for a second Leaf Storm to still be able to OHKO him after that, because he might go for Play Rough and actually miss himself, which would be nice. But yeah, like you can see, Shadow Claw's not KOing us, but of course it will be 2-hit KO, so smart play on him, just going for that instead of the Play Rough. Leaf Storm, of course, not doing any damage, we get to +2, but since you go for Shadow Claw, it didn't really matter what we clicked for. I was hoping maybe for some return hacks with Play Rough, in case we could have OHKO'd him here with a +2 Leaf Storm after he missed his Play Rough. But he didn't, he just goes for Shadow Claw, he does KO us, and right now it's just time to sack the Durantis. Well, I still don't have a switch into this thing. Something had to go, so I could deal with this thing because of this unfortunate Leaf Storm miss, and it is the Durantis because what's sadly on the field, and that makes Mega Swampert now a big problem for my team. But right now I can just switch into my Cobalion, go for Iron Head, and KO this thing. I'm not playing around with going for Volt Switch or Close Combat on a potential switch, and this thing is way of threat. I just click for save Iron Head. Thankfully, he does decide to stay in, just going for Shadow Sneak for some damage on Cobalion. Cobalion being pretty bulky, takes it like a champ. And we can go for Iron Head. Iron Head, of course, can't miss, so thankfully this Mimikyu is gone, and that is awesome. Of course, we did lose our Durantis in the process, which makes Mega Swampert a big problem for my team. He does switch out to Katana though, and I'm like, wait a minute, why does he go Katana, not to Swampert? Katana, this Cobalion is built to take on this Katana, so I'm happy just staying in, going for Close Combat, getting a bit of deja vu, because he does go for Substitute, the same thing which happened last time in our match as well. I'm just going for Close Combat, breaking the Substitute, and like I said, I'm getting kind of a deja vu. Last time that happened as well, he spammed sub with my Close Combat, trying to get some drops and stuff like that. So, but this time, last time I did switch out at some point into my Tornadus because I could take any hit and I was at too many drops. But this time, I'm a bit more cautious than that. I don't want to do the same play, so actually I decided to just sack my Cobalion, just keep clicking Close Combat, not allowing him to get it behind the sub, because then I can revenge kill him with a lot of my team. I can revenge kill him with my Tornadus, with my Mega Manectric. I have a decent amount of mons which can deal with this thing, especially if he keeps dropping subs and dropping his HP. So I'm fine actually with taking my Cobalion right here. Don't want to make any fancy plays because he predicts that I just lose an unnecessary amount. He does go for Sacred Sword though, no Z move yet. And Sacred Sword actually does even less damage through the Trouble Wave, because if you are not aware, Sacred Sword does ignore stat drops of the opponent, so it did ignore my negative stat drops as well, so it does like no damage at all. I was playing the Z move there because at -2 Aggressive Z would actually KO me, but I had no switch into that after Rock, so yeah, we get rid of Katana and Cobalion is still standing on the field, which is awesome, and the rain is gone, so he has to go to Pelipper. And right now, big 50-50 is on the table, because obviously I could just go for Volt Switch KOing this thing, but I already showed Volt Switch in our last match, so I could just go for Close Combat as well, predicting the Mega Swampert to come in. but this of course won't KO the Pelipper. So it's a 50-50 I can go for, or I don't go for the 50-50 at all, I go for the middle ground play, just getting at my safety rocks, which I guarantee to get up. If he stays in, if he switches out, I get at least my rocks up. And that's exactly what I'm deciding to do, just going for my rocks. Like you can see here, he does predict the Volt Switch from my side and just go hard in the Swampert, so I could have gone for cross combat. But like I said, that was a 50-50 I was not happy to go for yet if I still have a middle ground play and just go for Stealth Rocks. But yeah, right now he has Mega Swampert out. I of course have like no real switch into this thing. It would chaos everything on my team in the rain because I speeds everything, and I just sack my Cobalion right here. So, looking at the rain turn, since I knocked off the Damp Rock, he has now 3 rain turns left. So now actually Protect on my Tapu Fini can come in clutch, because I can switch into my Tapu Fini, go for Protect, take a hit, go for now Protect, and then the rain is gone, and then my Kyurem can deal with this Swampert, speeding and roosting, all this good stuff. Right here I wish I would still have Grass Knot, not Shadow Ball, because then I can Protect Grass Knot and then Protect for the last turn of rain, but sadly I did decide to swap out for Shadow Ball for the Mimikyu, but yeah, like, because of the miss, Swampert turned out to be the bigger threat than Mimikyu. But either way, like I said, go for leftovers. Now I can chew 1 Earthquake from this Tapu Fini, just go for Moonblast for some chip damage. He does indeed decide to go for the Earthquake, does way too much damage. From this damage I actually can tell that he is an adamant Mega Swampert. There was no real surprise that he's adamant, like there wasn't not really a reason why he should be Jolly, because inside of rain he gets outsped even if he's Jolly, and outside of rain he outspeeds even if he's adamant, so there's not really a big of a reason for him to be Jolly. No real surprise there, but yeah, like I said, now I go for now Protect, stall out the last turn of the rain, and now my Kyurem can hopefully deal with this thing being bulky, outspeeding it, and all this roosting and all these shenanigans. But it's still kind of a gamble, because once I did the calcs, I actually found out that an Adamant Earthquake has exactly a 50-50 chance of doing damage to me after leftovers and roost. So you can see, like right here, I go into my Jeff, get of course some rocks damage on me. It drops some frames right here, so yeah, CommonDude already warned me that happens inside the recording sometimes. Anyway, he does just go for the Earthquake right here, and yeah, basically the rolls have a chance to do over 56% and have a chance to do under 56%, and it's actually a 50-50 split. 8 rolls of the 16 do over 56% and the other 8 rolls do under this. So basically what I have to hope for is that I can repeatedly roost versus this thing and get some of the lower rolls and scare him out, seeing that I get HP more. I have to go for a gamble like that. I don't have a switch into this Mega Swampert left. I could try to predict to his Earthquake at some point and go my Tornadus, but I don't feel really comfortable doing that, especially since my Kyurem was at lower health, and I want to still at good health, because Kyurem deals with so much on the team, deals with the Ludicolo, which would be a big threat if my Kyurem is gone. But either way, like you see, the first roll is a lower one. I actually gain HP through that turn. So let's go for Nairus and hope that happens again and we can scare him out at some point, having Kyurem at good amount of health, and basically get this Swampert out of the field, which is my main plan going forward to this. So we go for Nairus, he goes for another Earthquake, and let's see what the rolls do decide right here. And from this Earthquake, you can see that I, from 50 to 58, once again, I gained HP through this turn. So maybe he's scared out right now. I'll just go for another Roost right here. I'm repeatedly gaining HP, so you might think I'm a spread, which just walls this Mega Swampert, but I'm actually not. But I do scare him out, which is awesome. It does go into Pelipper, and now I just, of course, go for another Roost, have my Kyurem at a good amount of HP, and I can just go for a substitute versus this Pelipper. Only a Hurricane could potentially break my sub, but I'm not thinking that he actually would stay in. I think he would hard switch right here to keep his Pelipper and his Rain around, because now that Damp Rock is gone, he needs to preserve his Pelipper very nicely, because otherwise only 4 Rain turns, because 1 turn is already this one, won't be enough to speed for my team. So I'll just go substitute, of course do outspeed him, but he decides to stay in. I'm like scared, oh, did he go for Hurricane? No, he does just go for U-turn, so that's not too bad. Ice Beam had only a chance to KO him from here, depending on how bulky he is, because I don't know the exact stat. He was not fully fist death, but he was a little fist death from the knockoff damage I got on him. But now he brings in the Swampert, and that is awesome, because first of all I get a free Ice Beam right here, and after that I only need to go for 2 Roosts basically, and then the Rain is gone. I have a good health Kyurem, and then the turn I outspeed him. I can just go for Ice Beam to KO him, because he is in range of 2 Ice Beams. And then Rain is gone. Once again I have a healthy Kyurem, and the Swampert is gone. So that's awesome for me. I do just go for Ice Beam right here. Once again, it's dropping some frames. He goes Earthquake, of course, that will guarantee break my sub. No questions asked there. And he does kill the substitute. So, like I said, I do just go for Ice Beam, which should be 2-hit KO on this thing. Even if he's max HP, we go for the Ice Beam, and like you can see from that damage, that's easily 2-hit KO. And now I only have to spam Roost 2 turns, and then I basically am out of this turn with a healthy Kyurem, because of course he outspeeds me first, I get low, I get to Roost, the rain ends, and then I outspeed him, so I'm good health, can click Ice Beam and kill him. So I just decided to click Roost 2 times versus him. He actually switches up to Waterfall, trying to get the flinch on me. I think all predicting me to switch out. Either way, I do just go for Roost. That's of course less, but he does get the flinch, and now I'm a bit problematic, because now I am in range of the Earthquake from the Swampert, so I have to make a 50-50 switch prediction once again. Does he go for Waterfall again, quickly switch out, or do I go into Tornadus on the Earthquake, trying to get the last turn of Rain gone, and then I'll speed him, go for Hurricane, all this good stuff. And in the end, I decide switching Tornadoes is the better thing, because this Kyurem was so long in the field, he might be a bit frustrated with the Kyurem, and that's why I want to predict him to go for the Earthquake here, just trying to get rid of it, because Kyurem seems to be a big nuisance to his team. So I do switch out into my Tornadus, predicting the Earthquake. And like you can see, that will, after rock damage, work out for me, since he does go for the Earthquake. And Rain stops now, and I can just go for Hurricane, trying to get over this thing. Sadly, knockoff is not doing enough. And if he switches into Pelipper, of course I have even my 100 accuracy Hurricanes versus it, and KOing the Pelipper, allowing this to be the last 5 turns of Rain for his team. And after Rain is gone, my team deals with his team very nicely. Kyurem basically outspeeding everything, only needs some more chip damage on the Kingdra to KO that, does around 50%. Ludicolo I can just roost up versus, I'm not scared about Ludicolo. So yeah, Kyurem looking very nice in this team. He does switch out into Kingdra right here, and yeah, right here I have to stall up the last turns of Rains. He has a very nice chance of just going for Hidden Power Electric right here, predicting the Tapu Fini come in, and it would of course kill the Tornadus as well. So we're in a similar situation than last time with the Mega Swampert versus Tornadus, where he can like just go for a super effective move, which is my check to it as well. So what I'm actually doing right here, I will switch out into my Manectric. So either if he goes for Power Electric, I will of course immune to that and install additional turn of Rain, or if he just goes for the Hydro Pump, then of course he just kills me, but I stalled another turn of Rain, and then I can hard switch into my Tapu Fini, protect, and basically proceed to stall out the Rain. Because I don't want the logic to go my Tapu Fini down just yet, I still need it to just protect a few more turns to get rid of these last hail turns. He does indeed decide to go for Hidden Power Electric, and I get, of course, immune to that. Now I can hope that he's maybe Choice Specs or something like that. So I just Mega Evolve right here, go for the Thunderbolt, will do a good of damage to everything. Oh, I mean, I just go for HP Grass, because if he's locked, of course, it won't do anything, even if I Mega Evolve, and if he goes for the Swampert, I can get out with HP Grass. But like I can see right here, I get the Intimidate off, and he's indeed not Choice Rock. Just go for Hydro Pump, he does hit, and my Manectric of course goes down, but it did its job, just being immune for this one turn. And now he has only 2 Rain turns left, so I do just switch out into Tapu Fini, go for 1 Protect, and then I only have to take 1 hit, KO this thing, and then the Rain turns are gone. Protect on Tapu Fini, coming in clutch, stalling out so many Rain turns. I love that it worked this time out. Last time I just had to sack it versus the Mimikyu. Either way, Mr. Rain goes up. Of course, I don't expect this Kingdra to have any status, but this gives me now 1 Protect. And it's bringing me in range where he has to get a max roll of his Hidden Power Electric to kill me. If he's timid, and if he's modest, I think it's a mid roll to kill me. But either way, it is a roll to kill me, depending on if he's modest or timid. It's a more in his favor or in my favor. But either way, if he kills me or not, this is the last designated turn of Rain. He does go for HP Electric. Let's see if he gets the roll, and he does get the roll. So like I said, I don't know how likely it was, because either was his favor or my favor. But either way, he gets some life up, chip damage on him, and the Rain is gone. And now I can switch out into my Tornadus, because sadly, the Kingdra is not in range yet of my Kyurem. Ice Beam does 50 to 60% to an offensive Kingdra, so I need to get some more damage on this. That's why I decided to not go for Hurricane actually, which does OHKO the thing, but I rather go for the safe knockoff, because I already got some bad luck in right here, and Hurricane has a nice chance to miss in 30%, so I rather go for the safe knockoff damage, so he's in range of an Ice Beam, because my Kyurem outspeeds his whole team. He actually decides that he to switch out his Kingdra, so he keeps that thing alive, which is the correct thing to do. Because if I don't get the chip damage on the Kingdra, he can KO my, my Kyurem potentially. But he just goes in the Swampert attacks, then I just go for second off of killing the Swampert. So that works out rather fine. And right here decides to switch out into his Ludicolo, and now I need to think. Do I want to risk the Hurricane miss right here, or do I just go for the safe knockoff once again, bringing this guaranteed range of the Ice Beam from my Kyurem? And in the end I decide Hurricane is the better play right here, because it has the chance to OHKO this thing, and after that I can just go for knockoff for first Kingdra, and I guaranteed win. So there's like a 70% chance I guaranteed win. That is the chance that I miss the Hurricane. He kills my Mr. Bro, and then I have the Kyurem inverse the Ludicolo, and since my Kyurem is built to take on the Ludicolo, I have a very nice chance on just boosting up this thing, get a sub-up, and once I have a sub-up, I basically am not threatened by the Kingdra anymore. I'm very safe to just take Ice Inverse, I think, because even if I don't get the roll, because he was at like, he had 1 Rock Switch in and 2 Life Orb Switch in, so he's at like 68%, another Rock Switch in, he's at 56%, and Ice Beam does 50 to 60%, so it's like a middling roll right there, so I don't have to risk that going for a sub. If I manage to get a sub of Ludicolo, which I should be able to if he's an Assault Variant like last time. If he's Life Orb, only... Oh no, nothing can break my sub, barring he has Focus Blast. Like if he's just Ice Beam, Water Move, Grass Move, Hydro Pump, then he has nothing to break my substitute. So in the end, I decided to just go for Hurricane, trying to get the 70% roll, and I do get, indeed, I hit versus Ludicolo, even if he's Assault Dash, that's a guaranteed Ochre from this range, and we get rid of the Ludicolo, and now it's guaranteed GG. He only has his Kingdra left, and with that I can just quickly knock off, bring him guaranteed in range, and then bring in my Kyurem and kill him with the Ice Beam. So I'm just gonna do that, gonna go hard for the knockoff, of course get rid of his Life Orb, but I don't need Life Orb chip anymore. He decides to just go for the Ice Beam right here, of course killing my Tornadus, but that means that Jeff can hit the field, and yeah, we drop some frames once again, very slowly. We die right here with my Tornadus, allowing, take some time, allowing my Swampert, no, not my Swampert, my Kyurem to come in. Hang in there, Jeff, you got this. We switch out right here. Of course, we should be able to outspeed him, even if he's max speed timid. We have enough speed to outspeed a max speed Porygon Z, which is, of course, faster than a Kingdra. So again, just click the Ice Beam. And even if he's max HP at this range, he will die to the Ice Beam. And this means that we actually are able to win 1-0 versus the Melbourne Rotoms and CybertronVGC. So very nice game, very close game as well. Oh goddammit, I'll make a picture right here. It got so close because of the 2 hacks he got, but to be fair, I got, after that I got the 2 lower rolls with my Kyurem, so in the end I don't want to complain too much about hacks, but it was a very close game from that. Thankfully, we managed to play through that and win this game, so we are back at winning. We lost 1-0, now we won 1-0, and now we are back on track again to get into playoffs. So yeah, we are back basically. Very nice win right here. Now we just have to hope that either Gio or Joey, or preferably both, lose, so we can get some a bit ahead of them. But either way, next week is going to be a very difficult matchup as well. It is in a conference matchup, but it's not versus a direct contender for playoffs. It's versus one I expect to definitely make playoffs, even if he loses versus me, which is versus Envy. Very difficult matchup right here. He's on a tear so far in this season. But we still need those wins to keep Joey and Gio off our back. And yeah, so I'm definitely planning on winning that. It's not going to be easy, but we are going to work for that. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up on Twitter and Facebook. All the links are in the description. Of course, the links for Aaron are there as well, so you can check out his side of the match. The links for the CommonDude I mentioned in the beginning are there as well. And yeah, that's basically all from me. I will see you another time. Ciao.